Welcome to the recorded workshop session for the Business Management Distance module.
Right. We want us to continue. This time around, we are looking at establishing a business. Now that we understand the characteristic and traits of an entrepreneur, the characteristic and traits of a manager, we need to understand how then do I establish a business. Each and every country, once again, has got its own rules and regulations regarding the different types of businesses that one can register. In other words, when we are talking of establishing of a business, we are talking of registering your business, making sure that your business is registered legally according to the rules and regulations governing the starting up of businesses in your country. In South Africa, there is the Company Act. It guides us regarding to the forms of business ownership that one can have. Now, we have what we call sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship. The partnership. We also have what we call the close cooperation. A lot of people, we just said, we have started our own company. I've started my own company, but it is just a general term. But if we are in real business, you need to know further to say, what kind of a business do you have? How has it been registered? So there are so many rules, and there's each and every type or kind of a business ownership has got the different meanings. It has got different rules that govern the operation. Now, from the word sole proprietorship, sole simply means one. This is a business that is owned and run by one person. So when we are saying owned and run, it doesn't mean that this person is working on their own, but it is them who have registered their name with the registrar of companies, meaning here in South Africa, we have what you call the CIPRO. So if you are to go to the CIPRO, you actually see their name registered as the only owners of that company. So you can register your company as an individual, give it a name, but you are the owner and you have all the legal rights to do what you can do with that company. Now, when you set up a sole proprietorship, or when you are a sole trader, there are certain rules or policies, the guidelines that you need to follow. Number one, if you're a sole trader, you should know that your business is not separated from you as an individual. Meaning that if your business, if it is, let's say, the name of your business is called ABC Limited. If ABC Limited is my company and I'm a sole proprietor, what it means is the decisions that are made by ABC Limited are my decisions. They are going to affect me. The decisions that I make are also going to affect ABC. meaning there's no separation between the company and the owner, meaning that I can also withdraw money anytime. It means I pay also tax for the company and for myself again. Why? Because even if I'm working and this company is operating, I should also pay tax for that same company. And even in as much as I'm also paying tax. And also, when I die, what simply means that company also stops to exist. That is a sole proprietor. And if I am broke, that company means it is also broke. There are so many issues that govern the operation of a sole proprietor if you are to refer to a textbook. We also have what we call a partnership. A partnership, this is whereby 2 or 20 people come together and start a business. You are pulling your resources together. That is your capital, your knowledge, and your skills, and you are establishing your business. And of course, you sit down and agree on how you are going to operate. You set up what you call a partnership agreement. And when you set up a partnership agreement, it tells us who owns what share, what percentage, who has contributed this much, and how are we going to share our profit or losses. In a partnership, you also write it down and say how much, what happens if the other party dies. But obviously with a partnership, when the other party dies, automatically the business comes to end, it is dissolved. When the other party gets sick, it also is a problem, it might be dissolved. So that is with a partnership, but you can register your company as a partnership. A close corporation, again, it counteracts the disadvantages of a partnership and a sole trader in the terms of in payment of tax. In South Africa, a close corporation, recently now the government of South Africa has actually made a link somehow, can I say, to say that in a close corporation, you don't pay tax. An individual pay tax, and the company pay tax separately. So you are not like this. You are also not affected like this. This is a standalone company. And again, the same applies with the company. So all those are different forms of businesses that you can choose to own, and depending with how much money you have and whether you are fulfilling the regulations, you can actually set up your company in terms of whether you want a sole proprietor, a partnership, or a company. What is going on? Hmm? Oh, okay. And then save keyboard. Okay. Where is it written? Where is it written? Learning Unit 4. Okay, yes, you are right. Service. Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay. 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 So I can remove this. Okay. But are you seeing it here? 3:30. Huh? Okay, yeah. Yes. Oh, it's there. Where is it? This one. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Right. Now, if you are to look at our guide, you discover that they've actually summarized it for us. If you are to look and open our guide on page 56 of our module guide, it summarizes the different aspects that are looked at, the special items that are required for you to register your company, either as a company, as a close corporation, as a partnership, or as a sole trader. That is very also important, because you might also be examined as to check whether you know the difference between the forms of ownership. So go through them. It's a very good summary that is on page 55 of our module guide. Now, you have decided the form of ownership that you want. You have registered your company. One thing that is also talked of mainly in the business circles all the time and always is what we call a business plan. So anywhere you go all the time, even if you have got a business idea, everyone would say, where's your business plan? So a business plan, it acts as a compass as to where you are, where you want to go, and how you want to go there. Number two, it also tells a business plan assists us as a tool to look for new employees. You say, this is what I'm doing, right? I'm also looking for people to work with me. You can also use your business plan to seek for loans from financiers, from banks, if you want to boost your business. You can also use a business plan as a planning tool, as a strategic planning tool. Go back to your business plan and say, initially when I started this business, I wanted to do this, but where am I coming from and where am I going? So you can use the business plan to be always referring to what you have done and what you want to achieve as an individual. So there is no way you can be a manager and not to understand how to write a business plan. It is very important. We need to really understand what are the contents of a business plan. How can you make a decision on a business plan that is viable and that a business plan that won't work? Remember, it is what we can only see about a company, the figures, how you present them, and how you intend to reach to your goals. Hence, it is important to look at drawing up a business plan. Now, in business, we have got this word that we like. We say the people that will be wanting to use the business plan are called stakeholders. Now, who are the stakeholders in any business? A stakeholder is any person who is affected by the decisions that are made by the company. This is a group of people that have got an interest with the activities of the company, daily activities of a company. For instance, I'll give a simple example for Rosebank College. Rosebank College has got stakeholders in the form of you as students. You have an interest as to what is happening because you are learning, you have paid something, you want results. That is, you are an example of a stakeholder. Rosebank College also has employees. Its employees in the name of, those are stakeholders in the name of employees. It also has the government as a stakeholder because the government wants to really to know what we are doing, what Rosebank College is doing. And the government needs to really know, are you registered? The programs you are offering, are they registered? Are they according to what we have planned? So that is how the government comes in. Who else is a stakeholder? Another stakeholder is the bank, right? We have monies. When you pay your fees, you deposit them into a bank. They are also stakeholders. We are just the bank. The community around us, around Rosebank College, they are also a stakeholder, as in they want to really know as to the activities that we are doing. What if Rosebank College would advertise and say, we are a college, we are offering tertiary qualifications, yet if you could go into Rosebank College, they are doing drugs, or it's an undercover of some sort. So it won't work. Hence, the community is involved. They want to really know what Rosebank College is doing. So there are different stakeholders, that people that are interested with your business plan. Hence, you need to come up with a document that is convincing to all the parties that are involved. Right, if you are to look at in our module guide, we have got in the name of stakeholders, they've actually separated them and said we have what we call internal stakeholders, and external. So of the internal stakeholders, we have employees. We also have shareholders. Those are internal stakeholders, and we also have management. Shareholders and also what? Management. Right? But for external stakeholders, would come here as customers, right? Customers, banks, and also the government. So those are the categories of stakeholders. So you need to identify who your stakeholders are and make sure that your business plan addressed what they're expecting from you. What was the next thing? Here. Yes. And then,
now, file. The first file.
Okay, yes.
Side A. Side A. Okay.
It's still, maybe let me say,
maybe the
point one. Oh, yes. I think the heading is more appropriate.
Because otherwise you can be confusing as to.
So I would say, what was my heading? A stakeholders. It's a business plan.
Yeah, business plan. Yeah, I think that's clear.
Okay, I'm learning.
Yeah, that's everyone that does it. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Right. You discover that business plans, they differ from one company to the other. If you are to browse through the internet, you discover that we have different styles that business plans are written. But one thing you need to understand is there are certain headings and certain elements that I can also call components that should not be left out or that are common amongst all those business plans. For instance, right, any business plan, let me say that, like I said earlier on, that there might be different in terms of style and the like, but wherever you go, even if you are going to write and add something on your business plan, you need to have a section where we call what we call executive summary. On that section, you are going to summarize what your business is all about, what you are presenting for who, and what your objective is. You are also going to write another section with the heading description of the business of the venture. You are telling us what you are really doing, what kind of a business you are in, what are you doing, and how are you doing. Describing general. We are a training company. We are a hospitality company catering for tourists in this area of the country. That is part of the description. Products and services offered. You need to tell everyone on that business plan, write it. What is it that you are offering? What services you are offering? You tell us your marketing plan. How do you intend? How will you be marketing your business? How would people know that you exist? What method are you going to use to market your business? Who are you going to use? Where are you going to market? And how often? All those questions need to be answered. Management plan. Who is going to be managing your business? Who are they? What are their qualifications? How many managers would you be having? How would they be reporting to each other? Operating plan again. This will tell us as to, in your business, if you are manufacturing something, tell us how you'll be manufacturing. What processes are you going to use? How are you going to ensure that there is quality? How are you going to ensure that the standards of quality are maintained? Those are the operating plans. If it is a service, how will you be training? What criteria are you going to use to recruit your staff? What experience are you going to be requiring? And how will you be delivering your services? For instance, if the plan, if you are running a company whereby you are also training face-to-face, you tell us that we shall be running a face-to-face what? Training, or it shall be long distance. That is the operation plan. The other aspect is oh, thank you. So the other thing is that you also need to look at the financial plan. If you are writing your business proposal for a business, maybe to a bank, you want some loan, you need to tell them that if you are going to give me this money, I'm going to use it like this. If I'm going to use it like this, okay. So with the financial plan, you need to tell and convince the banker that if you are going to borrow me 10 million, I'm going to use it to do this, and do this. And after I implement this, I'm expecting to get a profit of this much. And I'm expecting to pay you back your loan like this. So if you do not mention that in your financial plan, I tell you, there is no one who will be willing to offer you a loan, because there are instances in business where people have been given a loan to expand their businesses, and they've been found on a cruise somewhere across islands. So you also need to add supporting materials for your business plan. The supporting materials would include the plan of your office, the plan of your building, your IDs, company registration documents, everything that you feel might matter in terms of getting support from your stakeholders. You might also include pictures of your product, pictures of services, or you, delivering the services, to show that already you are doing something. And let me also reiterate and say, if you are going to learn to write a business plan, it can take the whole semester, while we are teaching you how to go about it. But let me tell you that as for now, we are only going to appreciate what a business plan is. You need to go back to your textbook again, read what components need to be included in an executive summary, read what components need to be included in a description of the venture, read again what you need to write in the products, services offered, and so on, up to the financial plan and the like. You might also be examined to demonstrate whether you understand what is happening. Wait, oh yeah, thank you. Now I'm almost there.